Good morning, folks. Well, we're in BC. We stayed at Radium Hot Springs last night. So we're just on our way down to check out Banff and see what's going on. But we kind of stopped here, and this is a typical Canadian shot. Right there in the background you can see how the river's going with the ice-capped mountains and so on. Let me turn the camera around, I'll show you. So there you have it, snow-capped mountains in the background, the nice river flowing. It's really fast, and then I'm expecting to see a bear catching fish, but I don't think we will. Not today. There we go down the river. Well, folks, we've stopped on the side of the highway that runs through the Kootenays, and we're going to check out Marble Canyon right now. So this is the trail that runs down to Marble Canyon. And as you can see, the water's flowing really fast, and this is all the snow melt off the top of the mountains. So if you look at the mountain back there, you'll notice a lot of stick trees. Looks as though there was a fire that came through the mountains, a forest fire. We've driven through a real sparse section of the mountains that had a forest fire last year. Well, we'll continue on up the trail here, alongside the river. As you'll notice, it's just an easy walk. And there's the river with that. What did you say the color of that river is? Yeah, what do they call that river? Aqua? You said it had a special name.
Oh no, it's not. It's in it to make it blue. Glacial rock.
Oh, glacial flour is in the river to make it that color. So it must be a sediment that reacts with the light. Wow, we suddenly just got a very cold section while we're going over this bridge. Welcome to Marble Canyon. I can actually feel how cold it is from the glacial water. That's amazing. So I really can't explain how vast this area is, and like video and photography just doesn't do it justice. It is phenomenal. Like, we just got off the trail, and I'm sure this trail goes off somewhere else, but we haven't brought bear spray with us, so we're going to stick to the regular trail and hopefully get to where we need to be at the canyon. So we're on a bridge in Marble Canyon. That is so far down. So far down. You can see how it's cut through the rock. Let me turn the camera around and you can see. So there you can see, that's quite far down. And it's worn away the rock there. Now let's take you to the other side. And you can see how the water's just carved right through this canyon. All coming from the mountain above. So this is just one of the many hikes that you can do. Like, we hadn't planned to come down here. It's just a roadside attraction. And you know, even if you don't have anything planned, when you get out here, there's so many things, especially if you're into the outdoors. So many hiking trails and canyons and waterfalls to see. So don't worry if you don't have anything planned. Another section of the canyon. As you can see, it's deep and it's actually quite narrow. There you go, there's a view again. That's way down. You can just see as I pan up how deep that canyon is. And you'll notice the trees on the mountain at the background. It used to be full of trees, and look, the forest fire just took them all out. And you can see on the top of that cliff up there how they've all burnt away. It must have been phenomenal seeing that fire come through here. And as we go over to this one there, you'll see all the spindly sticks. Can you imagine being in the middle of this when it's all on fire? Unbelievable. So along with these trails, you'll notice it's quite accessible for most. I wouldn't try wheelchairing it up here, but you know, they do a good job of keeping the trails clear and accessible. And again, you'll see the canyon, the water all the way down below. And we were just on that bridge over there. And again, as we come round, wow, that's so far down. So as you can see, that's quite a long way down. You can see the way it's cut through the rock. And there's the falls. And here we are at the waterfall. So this is what the hike was all about. So we hiked up here. It's not far, probably 1.5 kilometers. So let's take you down here. Make sure you bring some water with you, because it's quite a... And there we have the waterfalls. There's a little pool on the top. And as we pan up, you'll see where all this glacial water comes from. Snowpack melt, not glacial. And it's noisy. Wow, that's crazy. And notice they got a fence. Will, they got a fence to keep you in. Whoop. And there we go. This is Marble Falls. Well, Marble Canyon. I presume it's Marble Falls. What do you think, Sharon? Do you like it?
Yeah, let's name it Marble Falls.
We called it Marble Falls. We're renaming everything on this journey. Now, it's not one of our stops that we had on our agenda. Not that our agenda is very thick, but it's a really good spot for you to bring the kids, get them run around, get off the highway, hang out. Just don't let them fall in the water because it's really cold. That's my advice. Advice number one, no kids in the water. What do you think, Sharon?
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah, fish them out.
You might lose them too. Look how fast it's going.
Yeah. Okay, see you later. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the trip up Marble Canyon to our newly named Marble Falls. It's pretty cool up here. So, we see these flowers everywhere. I have no idea what they are. Don't worry, Glenn Campbell. They're not Ontario trilliums. Your mission is to find out what they are. I'll give you a hint. They have thorns on them, so I presume they're some kind of a rose. The rose of what? Oh, the Rose of Sharon. Hello, folks. Behind me, you can see downtown Banff. Sprawling away in the middle of the mountains. It's really busy down there. So we're walking down this trail along a mountain that overlooks Banff. As you can see, if I pan around, you'll notice that we're well in the mountains now. And there's a ski facility at the top of those mountains. We just come up a switchback road, but pretty cool. Be great to be on the bike. So there you have the valley that stretches out from Banff itself. You can see the river down below that cuts through Banff. That comes out picks up all the other tributaries from the mountains back there. And as you'll notice, there's still a good amount of snow on the top of those, even though it is 25 degrees today. A little cooler today. It's although we are going to get up to 30 something this afternoon, but we'll see how that goes. So here we have iconic Mount Rundle. Little plaque here tells you a little bit about the Palliser expedition. Explored the area during the late 1850s to identify the West's resources and to seek practical travel routes through the Rocky Mountains. So there you go. There's Mount Rundle. Looks like it's just jetted right up out of the ground in like an hour. Looks like one of those movies, you know, like they just like shoot up out of the ground. So one thing to remember while you're here, it's busy. There's lots of people around, and some are really nice, some are nice, and some are not so nice. And yeah, a lot of them are, it's like being in France when you get the pushy ones, you know, kinda, you gotta push your way around. There's none of this like, sorry, it works, but not always. So be prepared for that. Okay, I think it's just people want to get to the same thing you do, and maybe they're just wanting to get there a little quicker. But hey, it's all good. So if you don't have a dirty car, you're not seeing the Rockies. We probably look like beatniks from Ontario, because like Sharon's car's filthy. But we did go through the pass of gravel roads, like 70 kilometers worth of gravel roads right through the heart of the mountains, which was cool. Don't get that every day and keep a clean car, do you? Oh well, never mind. I'm sure it'll all blow off by the time we get on the way back. Okay folks, so we're going to go and we're going to walk through one of the many rivers here, get your feet wet and so on. We're going to cross this one. Whoa, that is cold. Whoa, that's cold. Whoa, that's nice, refreshing though. Wow, that is cold. Yeah, go on, cross this thing.
Oh, it's deep.
Yeah, it's deep. Yeah, the water is quite deep, as you can see. But, oh my word, that's cold. Wow. Oh, here she comes now. Crossing the river. Is it cold? So this is a popular attraction. This is called Cascade Ponds. There's a lot of people here, all picnicking and so on, and you can get to walk through the freezing cold water. So welcome to Jack Lake. You see how blue the water is. It's very busy here too. Very, very busy. But a good place to sit and chill. There's plenty of room if you're planning on coming up this way. So this is Jack Lake, and we just walked around the lake and got her feet wet. So it's really busy here too. So make sure you make a reservation and get a park pass, and then you can just drive right in when there's space. We were lucky to get a space. So yeah, to Jack Lake. Hey folks, this is Radium Hot Springs. This is where we're staying. We're probably about 60 kilometers into BC, just on the border of Alberta, Banff. So this is where we're staying. It's actually quite a nice little place. Lots and lots of like chalet type buildings, and our hotel is on a kind of a mountain, and you get to look out over the valley. So good morning everyone. We left Radium Springs this morning, drove up to Golden in BC, and now we've just driven into Yoho National Park, and we're going to go and visit Emerald Lake. One thing to remember, if you're coming here, they drive pretty quick. And you want to look at the scenery and the mountains, but then you got a ton of people just like bearing down on you, so be aware of that. So as you can see, we're heading on up to the lake, and you can see the snow-capped mountains ahead of us. So it is a really extraordinary place to be. So we're walking up to the entrance now of the of Emerald Lake, and we did drive past it, and it really is like a green colour, a vivid green colour. So you'll get to see that shortly. So here we are at Emerald Lake. As you can see, it's a very busy spot to be. So you can bring your paddleboard, you can bring your kayak, and you can rent a canoe if you wish. But see how green the water is? Oh. And we have a bus with a bell coming down. Let the bus past. Canadian Rocky Mountain Resorts. Okay, let's walk around this side and actually see the building built out on the lake. Now we see a bridge going on the lake, going out, forming the waterfall. So here we go with the mountains in the distance. And here we are, we're off adventurizing again, down through the bush. Brings us out to another city. Oh, look at that butterfly. What a cool butterfly. So they call this an avalanche slope close-up. So I just took a photo of the avalanche sign, but apparently this is where it happens. This is where it all begins and ends down here, right at the base of the lake, as you can see. So the avalanche must be a good sight to see. As you can see the trees on the left, all old and mature. And then the ones in the middle have just been taken out by the snow. That's crazy. Deadly. Okay, so what do you need to know? Parking's a nightmare. Get here early. We got here about 9 o'clock and they were parking down the road and we had to walk a short journey, but it's not too bad. It gets very, very busy. But once you're here, you can spend the whole day here. There's lots of places to hide out. But there's lots of people, especially over there. You got, as you can see in the background, there is a little village over there. It's got a tea room and a coffee shop and stuff. And you can go and hang out there. Prices are a little high, as you would expect, but yeah, make sure you bring enough cash with you. So yeah, so there you have Emerald Lake. If you're looking for somewhere where you want to see these nice turquoise water with snow-capped mountains, Emerald Lake is a good choice. It's not as busy as Lake Louise, and it's not as busy as Lake Moraine or Moraine Lake. And make sure you get here early. If you don't get here early, you'll never be able to park. It becomes a zoo in the afternoon. It's starting to fill up now, but there's trails all the way around the lake, and you can just wander around, and there's lots and lots of spots to sit down, grab some food, and sit down and eat, let the kids off. Yeah, enjoy. So, hi folks, we just come down Emerald Lake Drive. And just off Emerald Lake Drive is this natural bridge, and it's a waterfall that's cut through the rock, and you can get to see what it's like. So I turn this around. I'm on the GoPro now. So there you have the pool, and if we make our way down here, you'll be able to see the waterfall. Okay, let's head on around here and let's do some adventurizing around here. This is the river. Wow, it's white. Wow, it's so white. And the mountains in the background, and there we have the waterfall. That's a natural bridge. Take it down here and make it a better look, and there it is, a natural bridge. The water coming from the mountains up there. Further down here is the footpath takes us to another viewing point. And there you go, you can see it much better now. So you can see where the water's carved through the rock. You've got a gap on the one side, a gap on the other, but you can actually walk across there if they would allow you. And you've got a natural bridge through the rock. So we're going to take the trail down to the river. See this viewpoint down here. And we can actually watch the river come racing down through the falls. And look at this, right on the edge of the river. Wow. And there we have it. Natural bridge, not that one that goes across, the one that comes over there, the water's taken through. Okay folks, so I hope you enjoyed this little experience of another attraction on the roadside. Emerald Lake Road. Take one of the turn-offs to Natural Bridge and follow the road all the way to the end and you'll see Emerald Lake. So we're going to go off adventurizing along the trail to grab another shot of the falls, actually going into the natural bridge itself. So stick with us and we'll be there in a moment. So there you have the waterfall and natural bridge. Let's see if we can get a little higher on this. And if we go down here, we should be able to get a shot from here too. Well folks, we're back with the Osmo. So we just came up this mountain trail and we are now at Takakkaw Falls. So I'm going to add the footage of the mountain trail at the end of this video for any of you that want to take a look at it, but I'll show you the falls. So there's our first look at Takakkaw Falls. So again, this is off the main highway, Trans-Canadian Highway. It's about 13 kilometers till you get up to this place. Lots of places to pull in if you can't park, but not many people stay that long. So there's the falls, and here's the river that it runs into. And as you can see, as we move around, we've got a bridge over there. We're going to go head on over that bridge to the base of the falls. So we're going to head on over the bridge, crosses the river, and there we see the falls. It's a very busy place, and people are a little in their own minds. There's the river. Goes down that way. Okay, so this is the rest of the trail, and we'll be at the base of the falls soon. This is exciting, all this adventurizing. At least there's so many people around now that if we do see a bear, I can grab one of those and just trip them over and run quickly. And then that'll get us out of here. Alright, so we're getting closer. I can feel the coldness of the air and I can feel the spray. So behind me you'll see what we've hiked up here for. It's not a great hike. It's 5 minutes up the trail. That's one thing Canadians do really well. They put a trail in a parking lot and you're almost there. So yeah, let's go and have a look a little closer. So continuing on up the trail, there's lots of little spots where you can just walk by the side of the trail and take a photo. Let's just take one and we'll head on down here. But it's getting very windy and very cold and very wet. It's actually quite refreshing. So there you go, Takakkaw Falls. I think it's the highest falls in BC. So here we're coming to the base of the falls now, and you're getting wet. That's a lot of water coming over there. A lot of water. Let's head on down here. Whoa, these rocks are pretty wild. And there you have it. Probably said that 1,000 times. There you have it, Takakkaw Falls. Okay, so just to give you some perspective here, I'm going to pan the camera right round. You can see we're right in the middle of the Rockies. Right in the middle. And we haven't had to hike more than 3 puffs. It's pretty good. So we're still here at the falls. We just got a message that it's time to head out because they're going to shut off the falls. It's flowing. They only keep it on for like 3 hours a day, so we managed to get here with good time. So yeah, it's kind of neat. I don't know where they store the water, but like it's yeah, we'll turn it off in about 10 minutes and there'll be no more Takakkaw Falls. Just joking. Okay folks, this is the switchback that you have to come up to get to Takakkaw Falls, and the buses come up here, full huge coach buses, and they have to back into these little pull-ins on here, and here we go. And now you can see the overlook. Down to the next one. These folks have never driven around Wales before, have they? Although it's only one lane in Wales. That would be fun. And we'd still send a coach bus up there. You can see the falls running down the side of the road. So there you have it. That's the switchback to Takakkaw Falls.